Questions from Ghatna Chakra. We are beginning with Indian history, and the first of it is this chapter on Stone Age and all from ancient history. The first question there is about it is about Robert Bruce Wood. So Robert Bruce Wood, who discovered first Paleolithic tool in India, was what? A geologist, an archaeologist, a paleobotanist, or historian. You may pause the video if you want to attempt it, think and then attempt, or just like go along with me because I'll keep reading the answers out. So, yeah, he was a geologist and an archaeologist. So, according to this encyclopedia, Robert Westwood was a British geologist and archaeologist, and is also the father of Indian prehistory. He was associated with the Geological Survey and documented the antiquities of the Stone Age, hence, both the options can be considered as correct. Okay, now next is this question second. So, the 3-age system divided into stone, bronze, and iron from the collection of Copenhagen Museum was coined by whom? A. Thompson, B. Lubbock, C. Taylor, D. Child. So, the answer of this question is Thompson. According to Commission report, present archaeological system, the three main ages stone, bronze, and iron was developed by the Danish archaeologist Christian Jørgensen Thompson. So he was Danish, and Robert Brisfoot was British archaeologist and geologist. He is Danish, and his name is Christian Jørgensen Thompson. Also, Copenhagen Museum we are talking about, so it must be Danish. They most likely die in Danish. In 1818 and 1820, he classified the object of museum in 1836. So, according to the excavated evidence, the domestication of animal began in, now when did it begin? Uh, Lower Paleolithic period, Middle Paleolithic period, Upper Paleolithic period, or Mesolithic period? Uh, it was Mesolithic period. Now, its description is given over here, but I'd not like to read it. If you want to read it, you pause it and read because there might be certain answers that you will find of the upcoming questions that you might find in this solution. So this will be no fun if I read out these solutions. So next question is, which among the following sites provides evidence of the domestication of animals in the Mesolithic period? A. Odai, B. Bori, C. Bagor, D. Lakhanya. So it is Bagor actually, as it is written here. The earliest pieces of evidence of domestication of animals in India have been found at Adamgarh, which is in Hoshangabad, MP, and Bagor, which is in Palwara district of Rajasthan. Now, in Mesolithic context, evidence of animal domestication has been found at again the same question, and this time it's Adamgarh. Now, from which of the following sites bone implements have been found? So, we have found bone implements from both these UP sites. Okay, let's see what they are talking about now. Which one are they choosing or going with? Bone implements, I think we have found graveyards over here. So, let's see. C and D, okay, both. This is the solution to that question, that a large number of implements may have in Mesolithic site Mahadaha and Sarai Nahar Rai, and it is in Pratapgarh district of UP. And the book entitled Puratattva Vimarsh, written by Dr. Jainarayan Pandey, describes various pointed objects and ornaments made of bones which have been reported from these three sites, Sarai Nahar Rai, Damdama, and Mahadaha, and all of these are in UP, particularly around the district of Pratapgarh, like in Allahabad Mandal, basically. So, bone ornaments in the Mesolithic context in India have been obtained from, then again, we know that it is Sarai Nahar Rai and Mahadaha. Now, the three human skeletons in a single grave were discovered at which site? Three human skeletons at the same place was discovered from Mahadaha. Either Mahadaha or Damdama, because these three are the sites where we have found bones and all. So, let's see. It's Damdama. Okay. I also don't know the answers to these questions I'm solving all along. So, pardon me if I, you know, put out any wrong answer. Damdama is a Mesolithic site in Pratapgarh district, Uttar Pradesh. In Damdama, 41 human graves were found. One of these graves, five are double burial, one triple burial grave is also found there. A grave with four human skeletons has been found at Sarai Nahar Rai. So, the cultivation of cereals first started in which age? Now, it was in Paleolithic age, it was in Mesolithic domestication began, it's Neolithic age, according to me. Now, let's see. Yeah, A. Grains were first ever produced in Neolithic age. It was a time when people were introduced to agriculture. Koldeva and Mehergarh were two Neolithic villages from where clear pieces of evidence of rice and wheat have been found. Now, during the Neolithic age, the earliest evidence of the origin of agriculture has been found at which of the following places in northwestern region of Indian subcontinent. Now, we don't even need to see the options. We know that it's Mehergarh that they might be talking about. Let's see. So yeah, these are all the sites, and Mehergarh is our answer, I think. And okay, so let's think, read about these sites also, because in some exam they might, some of these words might pop out, and you should know that okay, these are the sites of Neolithic age, or or any other say civilization of that time, ancient India in the northwest region, or maybe not in northwest, but yeah, let's read that. Munid Gak, Dam Sadat, Balakot, Amri, Mehergarh. Okay, so Mehergarh was the answer. Now next is the earliest evidence of man in India is found in Narmada Valley. D. Was discovered in 1982. The first cereal used by man was barley. Mainly 8 types of food grains consumed by modern human society named barley, wheat, maize, millet, sorghum, mustard, oat, and rice. These plants are present in the form of weed in different areas, which were later grown as seed by human beings at different places in different times. Although barley was the first grain to be cultivated by human beings during 8000 BC in Western Asian countries located between the northeast Mediterranean Sea and Iran. Later in the same area, wheat was also cultivated around 8000 BC. Rice was the third grain to be cultivated by human beings in approximately 7000 BC at the Yangtze River of China. Maize was cultivated in Central and South America during 6000 BC. The first evidence of maize was found in Mexico, millet in 5500 BC in China, sorghum in 5000 BC in east of Africa, mustard in 5000 BC in Southeast Asia, and oat in 2300 BC in Europe. Next is the earliest evidence of agriculture in Indian subcontinent comes from, we know that it is Koldeva and Mehergarh. Let's see. But Indian, oh yeah, new research has also found some other places. Okay, let's see what is the solution. Slohra Deva, yeah, Slohra Deva. There has been some new research, and it has been found that the earliest cultivation of grains was in this region, in Sant Kabir Nagar district in Uttar Pradesh. This site is there, and the evidence of human activity and beginning of rice cultivation of this site began around 7000 to 9000 BC. Significantly before this research, the earliest evidence of wheat was found at Mehergarh, which is in Baluchistan. And the earliest evidence of rice is known to be near the bank of River Belen district, Allahabad, from where rice bran was found dating back to 6500 BC. With above reference, if Lahura Deva is one option, then it will be correct answer. But if Lahura Deva is not an option, then Mehergarh would be the right answer. Earliest evidence of settled life. Settled life, earliest evidence. Now, I suppose it is Mehergarh. Let's see. Okay. The earliest evidence of, because settled life means that agricultural practice has started there, and we know that the earliest example of agricultural practices of cultivating grains and all comes from Mehergarh. So yeah, the earliest evidence of agriculture in the Indian subcontinent has been obtained from which of these? Now Lohra Deva is not here, so we'll go with Mehergarh. In Indian subcontinent is found again the same question, and it is Mehergarh. Following periods is also known as Chalcolithic age. Chalcolithic is Chalco as in copper age it is. addition to stone is called as, so stones were being used, but copper instruments were also being used. The cultural remains from the Stone Age to Harappan civilization has been obtained from which one of the following ancient sites? Yeah, so continuously inhabited that site must have been, and in my opinion, it's Mehergarh only. But let's see what are the other options, and then Fort Diji and Kalibangan are also there. So yeah, Mehergarh is the right answer. Now Navda Toli was excavated by which of these people? Um, Now I don't know the answer to this, but I'm guessing it was H.D. Sankalya. Okay, H.D. Sankalya is the right answer. Navda Toli has revealed excellent evidence of both round and rectangular residential structures, which are located near Indore, and the former measures about 3 meter in diameter, and the later 2 meter into 2.2 meter rectangular plan it had. The roofs are probably made of hay, branches, and leaves, or supported based on the massive wooden post 22 centimeter in diameter, raised at regular intervals around the huts. So the open spaces between the posts were provided with mud plastered bamboo screens. The house floors were made of silt, clay, and river gravel, with the surface coated with lime. The huts were provided with one or two mouthed chulhas as well as storage jars and other earthen vessels. It was excavated by Mr. H.D. Sankalya. He was the professor in Deccan College of Pune. The site was the most extensive excavated rural Chalcolithic site of Indian subcontinent, which is determined to be between 1600 BC to 1300 BC. Navda Toli is in Madhya Pradesh, it's near Indore, we just read. Megaliths have been identified as, they were what? Caves? No. Temple sites? No. Burial sites? Yes. Ash Mound is associated with the Neolithic site at Ash Mound was found in somewhere in southern India and most likely in Karnataka. I'd go with Sanganakallu. Let's see what is the answer. The ash mounds have been found from a Neolithic site, Sanganakallu, located in Velari district near Mysore in Karnataka. They've also been found in Piklihal and Utnur. These ash mounds are the burnt relics of seasonal camps of Neolithic herdsmen community. So yeah, now when I'm reading the questions, you can when I just come to the screen with questions, you just pause it and read it on your own, because there are times when I'm not actually reading out the options and I'm just guessing. So go with the flow, pause it, read it. If you are if you want to mute me, mute me. Just keep forwarding the lectures, YouTube video. It's not a lecture actually. So, and keep solving it alongside. Bhimbetka is famous for rock paintings, obviously. There's no, yeah. So I am able, I don't think okay, so I have been preparing for these exams for some time now. So I know the answers to these questions. And if you are also into it, like you've prepared for 2 years or more, then you should also be aware about these sites, and you should be able to answer these questions, at least the ones that I mean, like easy ones, one must be able to do. Someone who has prepared for 2 years, more than 2 years. And if not, if you're totally new to this, then it's totally fine. Just read the solutions alongside, and you'll come to know all of these in the, keep following your standard books and all, and you will be aware of about all these things and all these sites. So the rock shelters of Bhimbetka are located 45 km west of Bhopal. So which rock shelter in India pictures has been found the most? Obviously it's Bhimbetka, it's a UNESCO site as well. So, which of the following places is famous for prehistoric paintings? Ajanta, Bagh, Amravati, Bhimbetka. It's Bhimbetka because Bhimbetka was, it's a prehistoric site. Ajanta and all were developed later on. Bagh, Ajanta, Amravati, all of that. In Bhimbetka is in Raisen district, which is like west of Bhopal. No, and these caves are in the foothills of the Vindhya Mountains on the southern edge of the central Indian plateau. Ajanta and Bagh paintings were built in Shunga period or Satavahanas period. Now, where are the caves of Bhimbetka situated? Now, the nearest is okay, Bhopal, but we have Raisen over here, Abdullah Ganj Raisen. So let's see. I think that this should be the answer. Which of the following Indian archaeologists first visited Bhimbetka caves and discovered prehistoric significance of its paintings? So who among these people? We have read about H.D. Sankalia. He has been discovering things over there. So either it's H.D. Sankalia or V.S. Vakankar. Let's see. It's V.S. Vakankar. Bhimbetka caves are located in Raisen district of MP, and these sites were discovered, or rock paintings were discovered by V.S. Vakankar in 1957. It is UNESCO World Heritage Site for its prominent historic rock paintings. The ochre pottery was christened as a named at where? Hastinapur, Ahichatra, no, or Red Fort. Now, I'm not really sure, but I'd guess Hastinapur. Discovery and naming of OCP was done by B.B. Lal. No, we have come to know about the names of H.D. Sankalia, V.S. Vakankar. Now this is B.B. Lal who named ochre color pottery, and he did it at Hastinapur in 1951. In the Chalcolithic period, people of Maharashtra buried their dead under the floor of their houses in the following orientation. Now, this is the Jorve culture that I think whereby this practice of burying people in north to south position began, or was practiced. I don't know where it began, but it was practiced there. So I'd be guessing north to south position. It's north to south position. The people of Jorve culture lived in large rectangular houses with water in the walls and thatched roofs. They believed in life after that and therefore buried the dead inside the houses under the floor. Children were buried into two urns that were joined mouth to mouth and set horizontally in the pit, while adults were placed in supine position with the head towards the north. The sites were found in Damabad, Inamganj, Chandauli, Nevasa, etc. Skeleton of the dog along with human skeleton in burial. Which of the following sites has yielded skeleton of the dog along with human skeleton in burial? I don't know the answer to this question, but I think if I had to guess, I'd be guessing. Burzahom and all is Brahmagiri is in south, I guess. Burzahom is in Jammu Kashmir. Chirand is in Bihar. It's difficult to guess. Can be Chirand. I don't know. It's Burzahom. It's Burzahom. The Burzahom site is a prehistoric settlement in the village of the same name in Kashmir Valley. Both human and animal skeletons were found with trepanning bored holes, mole marks. In many pits, bones of dogs and antler deer were found along with human skeletons. The skeletons of humans were found in the burial pits in a sitting position along with bones of animals. The first excavation at the Burza home site was carried out by Helmut de Terra and Dr. Thomas Patterson in the year 1935. So one must remember their names also. These are new names that we are learning after B.P. Lal and Valankar and Sankalia. It's De Terra and Thomas Patterson. The evidence of burying the dog with human body is found. Now we have read that it was found at Burza home. Burza home. The evidence of pit dwelling. Where has been pit dwelling found? Obtained from which place pit dwelling evidence? So it's again Burza home. From which rock shelter of India the maximum number of human skeletons have been found? A maximum number of human skeletons. I think it has been found from Lekhaya. Let's see what is the answer. So yeah, it's Lekhaya. And this Jain Pandey in his book Puratapya Vimash has said that 17 human skeletons were found from that site. From one rock shelter one of Lekhaya. And some of these were relatively pristine condition, while most others were warped. And another scholar, John R. Lucas of Oregon University, the USA, he talks about remnants of 27 human skeletons in Lekhaya. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion, and another is reason. The Stone Age people of the Vindhyas migrated to the Ganga Valley in the terminal Pleistocene period. Due to climate change, it was dry phase in this period. Choose the correct answer from the code given below. So assertion is that is it because there was a dry phase in this period that the Stone Age people of the Vindhyas migrated to Ganga Valley in terminal Pleistocene period? Maybe, who knows? Uh, it can be possible. So these are all the options, and yes, R is the correct explanation of A. So, Stone Age people of India has migrated to the Ganga Valley in the terminal Pleistocene period because of climatic change in Vindhya Valley. So it was becoming dry. So, to these departments or ministries deals with Archaeological Survey of India as a necessary office. So, the HRD, Science and Technology, Tourism and Culture, these are our options. An intelligent guess could be like it's Ministry of Culture only, which is dealing with Archaeological Survey of India. So, it's culture is the right answer. The Archaeological Survey of India under the Ministry of Culture is a premier organization for the archaeological researches and protection of the cultural heritage of the nation. It was established in 1871 as a separate department, and Alexander Cunningham was its first Director General. And in 1901, during the tenure of Lord Curzon, it was centralized as Archaeological Survey of India, and in 1902, John Marshall was appointed as its first Director General. Where is the National Human Museum situated? Bhopal. Bhopal. So National Human Museum, which was renamed as Indira Gandhi National Human Museum, is located in Bhopal. It is an autonomous organization under the Department of Culture. So this was about uh, Stone Age period. The next is Indus Valley Civilization, and we'll continue it in the next video. That's it for today. Thank you.